I rescued the queen and the heir. The entire people saluted me. The jungle burned behind me. Smoke curled into the sky like black claws, blotting out the twin suns of Heir Prime. My boots pounded against the ash-covered ground as I carried the child. No, the heir, in my arms. Her small frame trembled. Blood streaked across her silver skin. The alien queen limped beside me, refusing help even as her regal robes tore with each step. We had 5 minutes to reach the dropship. Maybe less. Keep moving. I shouted. We're almost there. The queen glanced at me, her eyes fierce. Why are you doing this, human? You owe us nothing. She was right. I was a soldier of no flag, just a survivor of a war long over. I had been hunting supplies in the ruins when I stumbled across the execution squad, loyalists from the rival House Varnal, trying to end the royal line in secret. I didn't ask questions. I just pulled the trigger. The dropship doors opened with a hiss as we stumbled in. I laid the child gently onto the stretcher as a medic droid swarmed her. The queen collapsed into a seat, her body shaking, but her gaze never wavered from her daughter. We're clear, the pilot yelled. As the ship lifted off, I looked back. Smoke and fire swallowed the palace below. The enemy had lost, but they'd made sure to leave scars. You could have fled, the queen said quietly beside me. You had no duty to us. I met her eyes. I didn't do it for duty. She nodded once, slow. Then you are truly rare. We arrived at Eloria Prime, the capital moon of her people, 2 days later. The queen and her daughter were still alive. Barely. I expected to be quietly discharged, to slip away into the void like I always had. But when the Royal Medical Dome doors opened, I was stunned. Thousands of her people stood waiting. Warriors, nobles, civilians, all lined the crystalline courtyard, faces solemn, their gaze fixed on me. The queen stepped forward in full regalia, her daughter, now healed, beside her. Trumpets sounded. Flags rose. She raised her voice so all could hear. This man, this human, saved not only my life, but the future of our world. When our own fled or betrayed us, he alone stood. She turned to me. Kneel. I hesitated. I'm no knight. No, she said. You are more. I knelt, uneasy. She touched my shoulder with her ceremonial staff. From this day forward, you are not an outsider. You are protector of the realm. And then it happened. Every being in the courtyard saluted me, a sea of fist to hearts. For a moment, I couldn't breathe. They gave me a place among them, a home. I tried to refuse at first. I wasn't made for thrones or ceremonies. I was a soldier, a drifter, nothing more. But the queen, her name was Irileth, saw something else in me. You've lived in war too long, she told me one night on the palace balcony. Perhaps it's time to live for peace. I stayed. The heir, a bright-eyed girl named Serene, followed me everywhere. She said I was a guardian now. I told her I didn't know how to raise a royal. She said she didn't know how to be one either. We figured it out together. One day, months later, I asked Queen Irileth a question that had haunted me. Why were you in the ruins alone? Why was there no guard? Her face darkened. Because betrayal never comes from far. It comes from those closest. My brother ordered the strike. I stared at her. He believed Serene was too soft, that a strong heir needed fire, not mercy. I clenched my fists. What happened to him? He vanished. Cowards often do. I nodded slowly. If he returns. He will not, because he knows you stand in his way now. I never asked to be anything to these people, but in time, they made me everything. When Serene took her first steps onto the floor of the high chamber, they cheered not just for her, but for the man beside her, the human, the protector, The symbol of the crown was given to her the day she turned of age. I watched from the crowd as she looked out and said, "We are not just Elorians. We are those who remember, and we do not forget those who saved us." Her eyes locked with mine. She raised her hand, and once again the entire people saluted me, not because I was a soldier, but because I had chosen to be more.